Welcome back to TNLP, the newsletter podcast, brought to you by the HazMat Guys. I'm your host, Timmy, here with this week's top HazMat news stories. But first, we're officially 2 weeks away from the southernmost HazMat conference in the Florida Keys. Is your sunscreen packed yet? Better make sure your registration is confirmed. We're expecting this one to be one for the history books. Get all the info you need now at thehazmatguys.com/conference. School's back in session after the holidays, and with no shortage of hazmat incidents. Our first story this week takes us to the Baton Rouge metropolitan area, where St. Michael the Archangel High School was evacuated after an emergency incident, St. George fire officials said Thursday. Officials are working a possible hazmat incident. All students and staff are safe at this time, officials said. St. Michael officials sent out a statement saying a teacher had become lightheaded while helping with the organization and cleaning of the school's chemical closet. School officials investigated an odor coming from the storage area and evacuated classes out of caution. The source of the odor was determined to be sulfuric acid. St. Michael's has shifted to remote learning Friday out of an abundance of caution, and the chemical materials will be removed immediately by a firm. There is no active threat. After-school activities for Thursday were canceled, and the scheduled girls' soccer game was relocated. During an incident the next day in Arlington, Virginia, a student was hospitalized following a hazardous materials incident at an Arlington County high school on Friday morning, according to authorities. Arlington Fire and EMS responded around 10:30 a.m. to Wakefield High School to investigate the report of students experiencing symptoms related to a shop class, according to a post on the department's official X account. The hazardous materials team responded and determined the source to be a faulty exhaust hose connected to a laser cutter. The post said. 4 students were evaluated on scene for non-life-threatening symptoms, and 1 student was transported to Virginia Hospital Center for further evaluation. Principal Pete Ballas sent the following message to the Wakefield High School community. Dear Wakefield families, we want to share information about an incident that occurred today in an engineering classroom. During a lesson that involved using a laser cutting machine, the equipment began to produce smoke. As a safety precaution, the class was immediately relocated, and the fire department was called to assess the situation. Emergency medical personnel evaluated several students on site out of an abundance of caution. Everyone is safe and no serious injuries were reported. We have spoken to the families of the students who were evaluated by EMS. The fire department quickly cleared the classroom after an inspection. The classroom involved will not be used for the rest of the day, while staff complete a review of the equipment and ensure the space is fully ready for instruction. The safety of our students and staff is always our top priority. We appreciate the quick response of our students, teachers, and first responders. Sincerely, Pete Ballas, Principal. Wrapping up this week's top stories, we return to the southern U.S. with an update on an incident in Birmingham, Alabama. An unknown substance that shut down portions of I-65 in Jefferson County Friday evening was identified as calcium carbonate, the same compound found in products like Tums and Rolaids, officials said. Multiple 911 calls reported a white powder, creating clouds that limited visibility when vehicles drove over it, according to the Jefferson County Emergency Management Agency. EMA officials in the Birmingham Fire and Rescue Service closed several lanes of the interstate, while hazmat teams investigated the powder, which had also accumulated in piles along the roadside. Crews used water to wash away the powder and prevent further dust clouds, while also removing larger accumulations from the roadside. The incident drew multiple first responder vehicles to the scene, with traffic cameras showing extensive backups during the closure. All lanes have since reopened following the cleanup. That's going to do it for this week's HazMat News. There's still plenty of time to get in on the Obexian FR giveaway. Enter now at thehazmatguys.com/DGEO-giveaway before the last drawing happens at the southernmost HazMat conference. We'll see you in Key West. Timmy, over and out.